Hello and welcome to Popcorn and Perspective. This is the place where we will not only we will not only enjoy delicious popcorn, but also dive deep into the world of films. We are your hosts, Chantel,
And I'm Chris.
and we're here to share our insight on new releases and timeless classics. So get ready to experience movies like never before as we offer our own confident perspective. And welcome to today's episode, and we will be talking everything Mortal Kombat 30 years later. But first, let's play a game or two, fatality style. So, the first game we're going to play is MK Trivia. So, it's pretty self explanatory. We will have to guess the answers to the questions given. So, brother, give me your best shot.
All right, my first question is, well, my only question, which character, and it sounds like an easy question, but it's really not. So, which character says the famous line, "Get over here," in the movie from 92?
Wait, the movie in 92?
Yeah, it came out in 92.
No, it didn't. It came out in 95.
90. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking, okay, I'm sorry. I wrote wrong notes. But yeah, the movie, the original movie, that's all I'm trying to say. The movie.
Yes, that was 95. I was like 92. I was like, the game came out in 90. I think the second game came out in 92.
And I had that because the thing I did was I had a question about the game and then I had a question about the movie. And I was like, let me just keep it to the movie since that's what we're talking. Yeah, okay, anyway.
Just mix them up.
Says the famous line, "Get over here," in the 1995 movie, Mortal Kombat?
I would have, that's easy. It's Scorpion.
Final answer.
Yeah, get over here. Yeah, it's Scorpion.
All right. The famous line, "Get over here," is actually not said at all in the 1995 movie. That line is iconic from the video games, of course, but famously shouted by Scorpion, as you said. But the film avoided most of the over-the-top like catchphrases. So in the movie, Scorpion doesn't say it. He's more silent and like deadly and menacing. But
I could have sworn. Okay,
I thought he said, "Get down here."
Yeah, but I thought he said, "Get over here," because I could have sworn. Look, the movie's on right now, and I think I thought he said it. You sure he didn't say it? Because now I feel like I need to rewatch this movie.
Because I got this question off a trivia game online because I could think of questions, but I could think of questions only about the video game. So I went to a trivia, and when I saw this, I was like, no, he definitely said it. But according to, I think it was, I can't remember the website, but he didn't say it, and I could have sworn he said either "Get down here" or "Get over here."
Yeah, I could have sworn. Now they're gonna make me have to sit here today and rewatch this movie, and then I'm gonna have to text you and be like, "Whoever did that, they lied because this man said it." Because I know he said it.
I almost didn't even pick this question because I'm positive he said it, but then it's such a trick question that it could trick your mind because the game, you know, he said it, so you would just automatically think he said it. But I will have to, like I said, I watched the movie 2 weeks ago. I didn't watch it recently, and I could have swore he said "Get down here." I don't know about "Get over here," but I could have swore he pulled Johnny Cage down from up on the rack, but I'm not sure now. I'm gonna have to rewatch it later.
This is blowing my mind. I'm sorry, I'm completely blown right now because I could have sworn this man said at least once said "Get over here" or "Get down here." Like, this is really racking my brain because now they're gonna make me want to have to pull this movie back out and rewatch it. Like, don't get me wrong, I ain't got no problem rewatching it, but that question that just threw me off because I really thought that man did say at one point, "Get over here," because he is silent. Like, him and Sub-Zero is like silent throughout the movie, but I could have sworn that man said it just because it is a classic, quote from the game. Like, make that make sense. It don't make sense to me.
Yeah, I could be wrong, and I hope I am because that means I'm not going crazy. Like that really means I'm not going crazy because I wanted to call, text, email, write whoever and tell them you must be crazy because he absolutely said it. But I think I'm wrong. I'm just putting it out there now. The question is, did he say it? Who said it? And I strongly believe Scorpion did say it in the movie.
And I agree because I know that man said at least once, because there is no way that they went out throughout that whole movie with that character, and he does not say it because it's like you got what's his name, Shang Tsung saying your soul is mine, and
So
we
was
know he
mine,
says that in the
exactly.
game. So it's like okay, so why can't he be saying get over here? Because I man, they gonna after this, I'm gonna have to just watch that movie and see for myself because yeah, I'm completely blown away by that question and that answer.
He either said it. There's two scenes when he does when he throws out the little dragon from his hand or whatever, the
Right,
string. There's a
right,
scene when it crashes into a tree
right,
and it snaps off and he has to just come back without the head of it. And then there's a
right.
scene when Johnny Cage was up at the top and he says it. So I think when he shoots it into the tree, he says, "Get over here." But when he shoots it at
Exactly.
Johnny Cage, he says, "Get down here." So okay, that is an invalid question. It is
Yeah,
wrong. The answer of it is
yeah.
wrong, everybody. Because I was fighting against myself, knowing that the answer was wrong, but I still put it
Hey,
on
go with
there.
your good. Go with your good. It was like if that question is not right, go with your good. I knew. I was like, they don't even sound right. That's why I was like, it's Scorpion. He's the only character I know who says that. That's why I'm like, whoever did that quiz, they are a liar. They need to
Yeah,
go back and
I'm looking at
rewatch
the
the movie.
I'm looking at the YouTube thing now, and it's clear in the forest, like I said, when it smashed up against the tree,
I knew it.
he literally just said it. So yeah, that's wrong. I
I
should have
was
played
right.
with
I
my
knew.
gut. I should have, but that's what happens when you pick your trivia question last minute. When you wait too long, you do everything else, but you forget the trivia question, and you got to do it last minute. So that's on me, everybody. It is said.
It's like, hey, we learn. It's all right. It's like we knew what we were talking about. That other person didn't know what they were talking about. They don't
Not at all.
understand. They didn't
They will
know.
def- they will definitely be getting the email later.
Exactly. They didn't know. They didn't know what was going on with that. It's like that is too funny. Oh my, that is hilarious.
Do
Like
you
I know I'm
have
not crazy.
What do you have for me as far as the trivia question? Let's see if I can get some kind of redemption going on.
All right, this one I didn't even know, so I think this one's
Oh,
kind of cool.
sweet Jesus.
So brother, what movie starring Jean Claude Van Damme serves as inspiration for the original concept of Mortal Kombat?
He's been in Time Cop. He was in Street Fighter, of course. He was he in Double Dragon? No, that wasn't him. Time Cop. Is it, oh, to start with a C, Cyborg?
Nope.
No. Damn. Is that the name of the movie? Bloodsport?
How
Yeah, yes, yes,
did
yeah,
you
yeah.
know? I'm sorry, you got that. It's like, how did you get that? It's like, what the
I didn't know that at all. I didn't know that at
you just
all.
literally just like blood sport? Like what the hell? It's like you just do that straight off. I was like wondering, I was like, is he gonna get this? But you did, you redeemed yourself.
But,
Oh my
but
god, I can't believe it.
now that you think about it, Bloodsport is about a tournament of fighters coming together from all over the place, and Mortal Kombat is the same thing, so that makes sense. But
Exactly.
oh, I didn't.
That's
Yeah,
nuts. Oh
I
my
was
god.
like, I'm not gonna get this one. But yeah, I just started rattling off the movie.
Yeah, that's all you had to do. You just kept picking. You're like, like, let me see. It's like that's what it is.
All right,
I
that was
thought
a
it was
good.
Street Fighter, but I'm like, no,
Yeah,
that
I
don't make
did too.
sense.
But I
Yeah,
was like,
see,
that came out after it. I think.
right,
Yeah, I was like,
right.
because I was like, them the only two. Because Cyborg is about him fighting in the desert, like dystopian era. And then what else I said? Time Cop.
Yeah.
That doesn't have anything to do with it. And then I was gonna say Expendables, but that came out years later. I was like,
Yeah,
so,
exactly. I was like, that's way off. That's
but
way,
then
way off.
the scene I remember from Bloodsport that make me remember when he got that dust blue in his eyes and he was looking all
Oh.
crazy. So I was like, yeah, the iconic dust scene. But yeah, the
It's too
redemption is
funny.
alive.
You did it. You got it. You got it on the first round, brother. You didn't even need any hints. You figured it out. Me,
Yeah,
I was just like,
I was
I
sure
don't.
about to say, I was sure about to say, okay, give me a hint, but I was like, oh, Bloodsport.
Yeah, I was just waiting. I was waiting. I
That's
was like, is he gonna get it?
that's actually one of my favorite ones from him. He
Yeah,
don't too many. Yeah, it was a good one. It wasn't a great one, but it's one of his best
right.
at least. So yeah.
Yeah, because
All
what
right.
it said something about it. It was the movie that made him a mainstream action star. So I was like,
Yeah, I
all
believe that because yeah, the other ones is just like, oh, okay, he's in it. But yeah,
right.
this one got the big news. Especially there's a dancing scene in there too when he doing the, I don't know, a
Oh my
little
god,
stupid.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've
It's
seen it because
yeah, it's
I think
crazy.
Family Guy makes fun of it on an episode. It is so stupid.
I'm like, that one could have been a career killer, but
Yeah, that could have
that's
been. It's
real.
like y'all couldn't have kept it on the cutting floor. Like that didn't have to be thrown in there. Like
Just show him bopping his head. But all right, y'all. let's talk Mortal Kombat real quick. So, MK2, as we all know, was supposed to drop this October, but now we got to wait all the way until May 2026, which is a outright tragic event. But the good news, we did finally get a trailer for the sequel to the 2021 reboot. So, sister, what is your verdict on that?
Okay, so already I was like disappointed with the reboot. Like they had me like excited when the first, like when they were announcing the first reboot. And then when the trailer came out, I was like, oh, I'm like, this is gonna be good. I was like, this movie just looks like it's gonna be better than the original. And then of course we got that upset when it came out. So when the second trailer or the second movie gets its trailer and they show it, I was just like, all right, I'm like, is this movie gonna be any better than the first one? But when it's like the way it started and they show Johnny Cage in the beginning, which I love the fact that it's called Urban because from like, from Lord of the Rings, the boys recently. He was in Thor Ragnarok, and he just has like that kind of appeal for Johnny Cage, who's like that cocky, action star, but he's kind of like fading into the background. But then he gets his reason back to Mortal Kombat. But other than that, I think the action looks a lot better this time around. We're getting more of the iconic characters, which I think is like who is like Jade. Who else are we getting? I think it's Katana.
Yep,
We're
yep,
finally getting. And then was it Shokan that I saw
yep.
in the trailer?
And we're also getting Baraka.
Or that's what I thought. So I'm like, even Baraka looked cool, even though we know he's CGI, but still he
Yeah,
actually looks pretty dope in the trailer. And then even like the whole sequence with Scorpion and Sub Zero is like I can't wait for that either. So it's like this one looks more exciting than what that first one did because when you throw in like some random character that doesn't have anything to do with the movie, aka Cole, like what? It's like you're just throwing in these random characters that we don't even know about. It's like keep it regular. Give us them iconic characters that we known and grown up to love and play on them games. Like so, it's kind of cool that they are bringing Johnny Cage in because I think he's gonna bring the fun in it. So I'm like hoping that now that we got this pushback for from October to May, we probably will get a better movie this time. And I hope that they took their time with this one because I don't know if they had enough time to do the 2021 version, but this one, it's been 4 years. Well, now it's going to be 5 because it's going to come out next year. I'm just praying and hoping that it's so much better than that first one because I was so like all excited and just an upset, a straight upset. So hopefully we don't get a second upset.
exactly, exactly. My spin on the trailer, Johnny Cage and Scorpion have, I mean, excuse me, Johnny Cage and Sub Zero have always been two of my favorite characters. And like you
All
said,
right.
the trailer introduces Carl Urban as Cage,
Right.
washed up movie star who finds redemption through martial arts. But his journey is so pivotal to the theme of the film. And I definitely feel that Urban can lock in Cage's charm and grit and that the character is known for. And I
Right.
think you can get that flirty, kind of annoying, kind of pretty boy vibe that he does with Sonya. Like he can nail that. Um,
Right.
the trailer also showed us like the brutal fatalities, which I think are going to be so over the top in this, as it should be. And
Right.
like you said, we get characters like Katana, Shao Kahn, Baraka, but they're all depicted with high accuracy to the video game characters. Like, and I, for one, greatly appreciate that level of attention to detail,
Right.
the elements of the game. So
Right.
also we get returning characters like Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, and
Mm-hmm.
Raiden, but they're more prominent in this one because in the old films, I always felt like okay, they're there, but they're not really there. Like give them more screen time. These are the people we know. These
Right.
are the ones that make the game. So
Right.
I definitely expect it to be like on a whole nother level to the cold one that we got.
Uh,
I try to forget that one altogether because it's like you said, who is this man? You have so many characters and you just give us somebody
right.
new. So I
It was so
definitely
random.
I definitely was disappointed in the fact that it got pushed back, but I hope that pushing it back and lets them to make it even better than it would have been originally.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm hoping for too, because like you were saying, I like that the fact that they are making this movie like kind of like pointed towards Johnny Cage. Because
Mhm.
like at the end of the reboot, they show like, oh boy's going to Hollywood. But it's like, but why does he gotta go to Hollywood? It's like, couldn't y'all have like Sonya or like Jax or like somebody going to Hollywood? It's like, that's why it's like, because when we
Exactly.
see it, because when we see it in the trailer, do we see Cole with them to go get
No,
Johnny? Who is it? It's Sonya and it's Raiden.
that,
What
and,
was the? It's like, what was the point of having this character, this little random character, saying, "Oh, he's like a descendant of like Scorpion"? But it's like, but what is his pivotal point in this movie? He didn't have one.
not a
So
thing, especially when you got a guy who can just teleport. Like,
exactly. And what does he have? He's like, oh, he can just it's basically he kind of has like that same thing like what Black Panther has. Like you can hit him so many times that it builds up the energy, and then he could just take you out with one punch. Like,
and
and then
his
he has
goat.
the like the sword things. I'm like, okay, that's all
Oh,
you
yeah,
got.
yeah.
It's like, dude, you still suck as a character. I'm like, if you were an actual player on the game, I would not pick you.
Nobody would. He wouldn't
I'm
even have
like,
made it. He wouldn't even have
he would
made
have
it the
been on the
first three
bench.
of the game. Yeah, he wouldn't have been in the game for too
He would
long.
have been on the drawing bench. So I really do have hope for MK2. I'm just praying that now that we gotta wait until May and that we do get justice for the 2021 version because
Exactly.
I was butthurt.
Yeah, because I was excited because the first one iconic, the second one forget about it. Then
Right.
the reboot, it's like it's not even close to. It's like it's not as bad as the second one, but it's still bad in its own way. So I was
Exactly.
just and I went to the theater to see it. So I was just sitting there like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be like, there's got to be more. But
And it was around the time when HBO Max became a thing. So that's when they started doing like the streaming and releasing it at the theater
oh, in
too.
the theater, yeah,
So I just watched it at home. And so I'm kind of happy I didn't have to spend money to do that
that's what I should
because
have
I would
did
have
because
been mad.
I wouldn't have had to be disappointed from the walk to the from the theater to the car, the drive home, and I just
I would
disappointment.
have been upset. That is so up, man. That sucks.
Exactly.
All right, y'all. Before we dive deeper into the movies, you can follow me on X or Twitter at underscore Akira XO and on Letterbox at Edna Mode.
Edna Mode. All right, and you can follow me at X or Twitter at the Hazel Eyed Movie Guy, and you can find me at Letterbox at the Hazel Eyed Movie Guy. Go ahead and give us a follow, everybody.
All right, so now you know where to follow us. Let's fight or talk about Mortal. I said Morty.
Morty, Rick and Morty.
Morty Combat. Sorry, y'all. Let's talk about Mortal Kombat 30 years later. Now, what is this movie about? So, as it shows up on Google, Lord, sorry, y'all. I am just full of gibberish this morning. Excuse me. All right. Lord Raiden handpicks three martial artists: federal agent Sonya Blade, Shonan monk Liu Kang, and action movie sensation Johnny Cage, and mentors them. After intense training, Raiden transports the trio to Outworld, the site of an interdimensional fighting tournament. There, the three humans must defeat the demonic warriors of the evil Shang Tsung or allow Song to take over the Earth. This classic film stars Christopher Lambert, Robin Cho, Bridget Wilson, Landon Ashby, and Kerry Hiroyuki, wait, Hiroyuki Tagawa. I'm probably butchering that man's name. I do apologize. I tried to sound it out as best as I could. So, as some of our favorite characters, and gave us one of the first and funnest video games adaptation ever. So, brother, let us know what is your history with the film.
All right. September 13th, 1992, aka Mortal Monday. I was 10 years old and I was an avid Sega Genesis gamer. And the build-up for this game was all I had been talking about, all I had been hearing about. And immediately I went and got it. And I still remember the blood code that you had to put in. So when you hit them, the blood would spread everywhere. ABACABB. I will never forget that. And I spent hours and hours playing this game. All the other games I had just fell to the back. I would go to school and come home and play it forever. So through hours and hours of sore fingers and memorizing fatality buttons and everything, I became a huge fan. So when I heard a movie was being made, it was automatic. Like I remember going to the movies and seeing it and being blown away by the special effects and at just how
Right,
the characters I'd grown to love on my TV at home was now kicking ass on the big screen.
right.
And I just remember my mom was like, "Oh, what is this mess?" And I was just, I was just in a trance. Like I remember asking, "Can we go see it again? Can we go see it again?" No, I'm not going to see that mess again. But I like, yeah. So, and when the DVD, not DVD, but when the tape came out, I played
Damn.
that on repeat so many times. So,
It's
yeah,
like, man.
that is my background with it. The game, Sega Genesis,
Mhm.
bedroom, just on the small TV, just get over here and all, just doing that. So
I need to,
go
yeah,
ahead.
I think that's crazy that you still remember the blood hole. People I'm like, who
Yeah.
remember that?
And I remember it because I had a way to do it because it's ABACABB. And I said ABBA cab, like with an extra B. I remember that because I remember writing it down. My friend Jermaine, I remember writing it down. He gave it to me and then losing it and then not having it for a while. So then I had to get it again. And I was like, okay, I got to memorize this. And I said, okay,
Right, right.
ABBA, ABA, cab, CAB with an extra B. So I was like, all right, that'll work.
Okay, that's smart. That's smart.
But
I
I
because
can't believe I didn't even know I remembered it still until I got to the point on the script where I was like, okay, background with it. What can I say? And then it just came to me. Like the controller was still in my hand and I was just doing it. So
that's too funny.
muscle memory at this time.
And that's crazy because I was that kid that would just be smashing buttons. I was like, bro, I'm like, I don't know what I'm hitting. I'm just punch, kick punch. I'm like, I just hit him. I'm like, I don't care. As long as I'm winning, I didn't even care. But
You were one of them people you played against and all they did was that aerial spin kick. Boom.
yeah,
Boom. Just kept going. And you just get so mad. Or that leg sweep that they always do.
what was that sound that it would make? Was it like whoopsie or something like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That would piss me off so bad.
Right? Because I don't spend all this time mastering the game and everything, and then my brother Terrell come and play, and he just do the jump kick. Or my mom happened to get on this controller, and she just leg sweep me and beat me. I'm like, get out of here, get out.
That's too funny. But my history with this film is like the same with you. It's the video game. Like I don't even remember how I got introduced to the game. I just knew that I had a love for it, and I just
Yeah.
remember I had Mortal Kombat 2 first. And just like you, I was a Sega Genesis kid, and but sadly, someone stole my game. It was
Oh,
like I was upset. Like I literally had. I just remember it was one day. Like I had a bunch of people over at the house, and I just remember when, after everybody left, I was like, and I remember opening up the case. I was just like, it wasn't in the console. I was like, where's my Mortal Kombat? I was
oh
looking for it.
no.
Mortal Kombat 2. Someone jacked my game, and to this day, I still do not know who jacked my game. And I'm like, if you are listening to this podcast, I hope that you feel like shit because you took a kid's video game and I never got it back. So it's on you, and I hope Karma bit you in the ass. I'm sorry.
You
I'm
took
just having
away my blood
issues.
as a
You
child.
took away my childhood game that I love besides Sonic. I hate you, whoever you are.
Oh no. I know
But huh?
you said you don't know how you got introduced to it. I remember
Yeah.
how I got introduced to it. There was a Tilt arcade because I
Mm-hmm.
think the arcade game came out before the actual movie. But
Right.
I mean before the actual game. That's how I got introduced to it at the Tilt. I remember that.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could. I just wish there was a way I could have remembered how I got introduced to this game, and to and it's just weird because I don't even know. I just remember that I was like, I want a fighting game, and that was the game. It was going to be Mortal Kombat because like at that time, I think for Sega, it was just like it was that right.
Yeah, for the most
So
part.
yeah, so when the movie was announced, I was just like, oh, like I gotta see this. Like I definitely had to see it. It's so mom, mom had the luxury of taking me and my cousin Dewan to this movie, and it was just like at the old theater back at home in Dixon that's no longer open. Rest in peace, Plaza Cinema. And it was crazy because my cousin, it was like the song, when Mortal Kombat comes on, it's like
Oh,
the
dum,
music, the
dum, dum,
techno,
dum, dum.
it's just and my cousin at the time, he's just full of energy, just adrenaline, and just was like, Auntie Nay, watch this. Just be kicking and be like throwing punches and just be in the middle of the aisle. And mom would just be like, please sit down. Just and he was just doing a bunch of just like doing a karate stuff just in the middle of the aisle, and it was just like, bro, just sit down. But it was like I was 8, so it was just like at that time I'm just like, oh, this is cool. Like you're getting to see like your favorite characters that you like we got to play, like Liu Kang and like is it wait, who is this? Who's in the blue? Is it Katana? Right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I could just, yep, it's Katana. So I was like, I just went completely brain fart. But yeah, it's like you got Katana, you got Sonya Blade, you got Johnny Cage, and then it's like, Raiden, and then of course Goro, which was pretty cool because I mean, how it was like, how are they gonna do Goro? Because Goro has four arms.
Forearms, yep.
I was like, why am I having brain farts this morning?
Yeah,
But
you
anyway,
today.
it's a 4 arms, so it was just really fun to be able to see them bring this video game to life. And yeah, it was like the time where the CGI wasn't all that great. They were doing a lot of puppeteering, which I mean, I love practical before anything that's computer generated
Yeah.
because the practical usually always looks better than the computer generated. But with this one, it was they had their moments of like seriousness. It was funny. Some of the I just think that with like the action parts, like when they have like the fatalities or whatever like that, it wasn't like as brutal as what the game is. So
Yeah.
that
Oh
was
yeah.
kind of like the little bit of the upset, but I understand what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it more cleaner for it to be, like more kids could go see it. Because I think this movie was what, PG-13? So it was like, yeah, everybody could still see it. So it wasn't as like I guess you could say traumatic as like the game is.
Yeah, because if they made it for the way the game is, I don't even know NC-17 or no.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be
Is
NC
it, yeah,
17.
NC-17? Yeah. So I
Yeah.
don't, yeah, and it probably be after that. This rating might not even be enough. So just be careful. Yeah.
Yeah, because who's the one who because I remember in the game, who's the one that sucks the bones out of your body and then spit them back out? Who was that?
Oh, is that Sector? Oh no, I think it is Sector, or
I thought it was a woman.
was it? Was it? I
I
don't.
thought it.
And don't think I don't like women characters, but I don't know too much about the women characters. Don't come at me, everybody. I love the women characters. Sonya,
It's Melina.
Melina. That's what I was gonna say. Melina, Katana. I love them, but I don't know. I didn't play with them too much. So.
It's okay. It's the kiss of death. I think it's the kiss. No,
Oh,
that's a fiery kiss.
the kiss of
That's a
death is
man
different.
eater. That's what it is. It's man eater. That's
When
what it
she
is.
suck your skin off you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That's the
yeah.
one when she pulls down the mask and it looks like she's leaning in, but it's like a sharp inhale.
And she, yeah.
Yeah, just pulls the bones and it's just like an endless piles of bones when she spits them out. Like yeah, like try having
I
that in the
thought you said
'95 version.
I thought you said suck the bombs out of you. I was like, what?
Oh,
You
the
said bones.
bones, man. Bones. But
Oh,
I think she sucks in the body and then she spits out the
spits
bones.
out the
That's what it
bones.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, that's the one that I love.
her teeth is all messed up because
Yeah.
she was created.
Yeah, she has like that deformity that like but I think because I
She
think
got
in the
Baraka DNA. That's why.
yeah, that's what it was.
That's
I was
how
like,
she made her.
yeah, but I'm like, I know in the game that's what they said. That's what it was that she got sick off of that.
Yeah, she was made to be Shao Kahn's bodyguard by Shang Tsung,
So
which is
yeah, so that's my history with the film. That's how I
I,
started. It was like avid game lover, and then the movie being announced. So I'm like, I loved it. And then the second one, I didn't. I That's the
yeah.
only one I have not watched
Mm,
because I just knew off the rip, like I just knew it was gonna be terrible.
it
Like
was terrible.
you didn't have to tell me that it was gonna be terrible. I could just look at it and I was just like, yeah, I don't want to see this mess. I still have not seen it to this day. Like I don't want it to ruin my
I don't
joy of what the first one gave me. So
I don't understand how the first one looked the way it looked, which was
and
good
then the
for its
second
time.
one
And then the
and how the
second one looked worse than the first one, and then we had more advanced stuff. I was like, how is this possible? Like it just. But yeah,
yeah.
I've seen it twice, and I don't plan on seeing it again because I was like, it can't be as bad as I thought. Let me see it again. And I watched this one at home, so I wasn't so
Mm.
disappointed. But I was still like, yeah, even 2 times is enough. It don't get a third. It don't get a third strike because it was just terrible.
Like it literally looked like it was made for TV. Like it wasn't even
Oh,
made for
exactly.
like
Yep.
that's what it was looks like. Like they were just like, oh, we just got this budget. Let's just do this and then put it out there. Like That's why it just fell apart after that second one because it was like, oh, we can do another one, but yeah, if that second one was trash, don't do it.
If it came out today, it would be a to be original. That's what it would be. It would be a two. You saying it would looks like it was made for TV was perfect
It
way to put it.
did.
It would be a to be original or a Hallmark Channel adult
Oh my
version.
god,
Like
that is too
it would just be
funny.
terrible, terrible. It was terrible. So yeah.
That is so hilarious. That is too funny. All right, brother. Since we did get a chance to do a little bit of a rewatch, I'm not even gonna lie. I think this might have been the first time I've seen this movie like all the way through within the last 30 years, which is kind of nuts.
Oh
Um,
wow.
but I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, as a kid though, that tape got played. That tape got
Oh yeah.
all the way played out. I think I still even got it on tape. I think it's still downstairs. Like I still hold on tapes. I don't care. I'm not letting go of my tapes.
I
But
had to
yeah,
buy I had to buy it because of course everybody, not everybody, but I got allowance as a kid, so I bought it the
right.
first time, and I played it so much it disappeared. I remember this, and I think somebody in the house sabotaged me. They didn't want me to keep playing it, but little did they know I went right to the store and bought it again, and I and I made sure it was in my book bag after I watched it. I remember that because I was like, nope, it won't get me again. I was sabotaged. I remember that.
They were like, "You got to get away from that TV, boy. Stop playing that game. Go
Exactly.
outside."
I, I cannot keep hearing your soul is mine. Well, you're gonna hear it now because I got another one.
So, all right. So, since we did get a chance to do this little rewatch after 30 years, do you think that the film still holds up to its? Yeah. Do you still think that the film holds up to its potential?
Absolutely, but with some context added to it because the
Okay.
original Mortal Kombat movie holds up in certain ways, but other aspects feel very much of its time, which makes sense. And what still works, I think, is they were faithful to the game's spirit.
Right.
The film nails the iconic characters, it nails their moves, and the whole general vibe of the Mortal Kombat universe.
Right.
People who love the game, myself, still appreciate seeing, like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Liu Kang, Sonya, and others brought to life in the '90s style, which of course it
Mm-hmm.
was. Also, I feel like it holds up as far as the storyline. Hold on a second. As far as the storyline, sorry, I lost my place in my notes. The fight choreography for a
Mm-hmm.
pre-CGI era, like you were saying, the martial arts sequences are on top. They are top notch, which also makes me wonder what was going on because the CGI, I mean, the martial arts and choreography of part two was not on the level of part one. And I think they had kindergartners write part two. Like, here, y'all want a project? But anyway, I digress.
Oh, that's too funny.
But the fighting of the original is still fun to watch.
Right.
The choreography has the gritty feel to it. And some of the modern day films with CGI, they lack that feel and everything. The
Right.
catchphrases and the fan moments, like finish him, or the signature moves, like Johnny Cage shadow kick and stuff like that.
Right.
That was so perfect for the time. And also what really got it was the whole cheesy charm of it. The mid '90s campy style, the over the top
Right.
acting, the dramatic lines, the crazy colorful villains. It makes it fun. And in some natures, you could be like, it's so bad, it's good, like the experience, but it just fit, especially if you was a fan of the game. But if you came in only borderline, you might think, I don't know, but it
Right.
it fit that whole so good is bad, the cheesiness of it, because it just fit the '90s style. But what
Right.
hasn't what hasn't aged well, the story is pretty straightforward. It's like
Mm-hmm.
Earthrealm versus Outworld, which works fine for the action adaptation of the game, but for today's standards of movie world,
Right.
it's kind of thin. But
Right.
like I said, back then it worked. Special effects, even for the time, some effects like what was it, the dragon intro
Mm-hmm.
and some of the certain powers they feel dated. The audiences for today's time, they're used to the CGI, and they might notice that the acting style also, like I said, the campy performances, even though they are entertaining for nostalgia, but
Right.
they feel over the top, and it's more like you're watching a serious martial arts movie instead of something that has a little better feel to it. But overall, the Mortal Kombat movie holds up vastly with nostalgia. It's fun. It's a fun action movie, and it's still arguably one of the best live action Mortal Kombat's. I'll put everything I have on that. It's not still actually. It is. It is. It is. it's not a cinematic masterpiece. Like I'm sure
Right.
it's never gonna sweep the Oscars or anything or
Right.
whatever. But for fans of the games or of '90s action flicks, it's absolutely worth revisiting. When I watched it 2 weeks ago, I was just locked in as I was before. The charm of it is timeless, and the practical martial arts, the memorable characters, it's just pure fun. So
Right.
that's how I think it held up. It definitely holds up.
Yeah, for me, I definitely have to agree with you because I think it's still one of the best, it like one of the best, if not the best, like video game adaptation. Because before that, it was Super Mario Brothers, and
Yeah.
God, that was terrible. That was terrible. Like it had nothing to do with the game whatsoever. So
I like
it's
that, but he missed
it's
on
like,
that one.
yeah, it was just like it was terrible. But so when we got Mortal Kombat, I was just like, I'm excited. So I'm like, I don't care. But it was very it's still to like at this point, like when I first turned it on and like hearing just the dramatic Mortal Kombat and then like the techno theme coming on in the background, it was like
Exactly.
it kind of like took me back into time. Like it was like I was like in a time loop. Like I was sitting in that theater and I'm like looking at that screen and you're just watching like all the fire and then like the dragon coming up and then it's just screaming Mortal Kombat. It just had that nostalgia good feeling when you were a kid. You're sitting in the theater. Oh my god, they're about to play the second Annihilation. Sorry.
Oh,
About to play it right after. But anyway,
right.
but I actually enjoyed it. They gave us what they could because they had to tone down the violence because kids, we're kids. Like they don't want us to be like seeing that, but I'm like, y'all made this game, so it's like it's not gonna
We,
hurt nothing.
we
Like you know what I
like
mean?
we've
Like
seen it.
yeah, it was like we seen it because we played it, so we know. But that's the only thing that I just didn't like about it is like they had to tone down the violence, and then sometimes like when watching it recently, there was like a few moments where it felt like a little goofy, a little like you said, a little cheesy. But I mean, at that time, of course, it's like the '90s. I'm like everything is like they try to make it seem serious, but it comes off cheesy.
Yeah.
It's like we just gotta deal with what we got. So, but I think the fighting though, like you said, I think was pretty. It was pretty top. It was like pretty top tier, like for being the '90s. And then around that time, I think it was like it was like Street Fighter was coming out shortly, and then it's like we had like Bloodsport, and then so just to be able to like have like this game become larger than life from being a video game to the big screen, it was great. It was just great. And just seeing like our favorite characters and actually sticking with what Mortal Kombat actually is worked. So when the second one came out, it was just crazy. It's like I really didn't even blink just to be like, oh, let's go see that. I didn't want to go see it. Like, and
Yeah.
like I had no desire at that time, no nothing. Like I don't want to see it. And then coming to find out, I just read that it's based off of primarily the Mortal Kombat 3 game, which I didn't even play Mortal Kombat 3. I stopped at 2 and then someone stole it and then that was it. I was just like, whatever. So so that's why I was just like, don't ruin this childhood, like moment for me, like what Mortal Kombat did, because Mortal Kombat just was one of those childhood like moments where I was just like, oh, like this is so cool. It's almost in a sense because I think it was like the same year as like the Power Rangers movie came out. So of course
Yeah.
that was a big year for me. So just to have like my favorite like shows or like video games like being on the beach, it was just like I miss those days. It's just like just having that nostalgic moment and like having it again, like rewatching the movie was it was fun. It was just fun. And I think that's what they
Yeah.
were trying to make this movie. They were just trying to make it fun for everyone to enjoy and just to have that feeling of like, oh, this is like how it is playing the game. They just toned down the violence, and that was pretty much it. The only, I think, what was it? I look, this really threw me off because I never realized it before. Did you ever notice with Christopher Lambert with Raiden? Have you noticed how big his forehead was?
Oh,
I kept staring at this man's forehead. Like his face was like in this normal spot, but then his forehead's like 4 feet away from his face. And then the top of his wig, it just sat like a hat. Did you not know? Every time he showed up on screen, I was like, bro, his forehead. I was
No,
like, why did I never notice his forehead?
no, I'm gonna have to watch it again because he got that
I'm
hat
like,
on.
look,
So you,
exactly. So he got hat hair. So it's like it just makes it worse. I'm like, bro, just seriously, just look up Mortal Kombat Raiden 95. I swear that man's forehead is just this. Nothing. I never realized how big his forehead was. Like, wow. I was like, this man's head is gigantic.
yeah, I never even paid that attention. I'm gonna have to look at that.
Yes. I never noticed it until the rewatch. I was like, what's going on? I was like, what's wrong? He got a big forehead. I was like, his forehead, like, it's bigger than mine, and I know I got a big one, but Jesus. But that was
Oh
the other.
dang! I'm looking at the pictures from the movie now, and I see what I've never noticed that his wig is like cocked to the.
He is like sitting on top of his head, just cocked to the side. Like that forehead is massive.
Oh my goodness! I have never noticed that. They could have did something about that.
And probably could have just kept the hat on and called it a day.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say because I'm looking at a picture with his hat with the hat off, and it's even worse. It's just like
It's worse.
it's like a second hair was growing on top of it. Like, let's get that fixed. Oh my god.
Yes, that's why I was just like every time he came up on screen with no hat on, I was just like, can y'all just keep that hat on, please?
Like, hey, he rated. He needed his hat.
Yeah.
Where he at?
It's like, or at least cut the top of his head off when he comes in the screen, just having his face.
Something.
But also,
All
I
right.
just didn't. I just didn't like the fact that because it's Christopher Lambert and it's Lord Raiden. When you
Yeah.
see Lord Raiden, I'm like, dog, he should at least be of like East Asian descent or something. You know what I mean?
Because from the game, you got that, what's the word? You got that kind of sense, Jesus Christ. You got the
Yeah,
sense that he was, that he
yeah,
was. But
and
then we get Christopher Lambert, not a bit of Asian in him.
right, and then on top of that, because they also said that the character is based off of the Japanese deity. So it's like I think it's like Raijin. It's like it's the god of lightning thunder. So I'm like, okay, so you got a white man, y'all whitewashing, but then you got
You
Shang Tsung and you got Liu Kang. It's like, okay, you got those guys right, but then y'all can get Raiden right.
one of the biggest characters in the game. The big one, he might be bigger than Liu Kang in some senses because he brings them and he,
Yeah,
it's his duty to,
right,
he's the whatever for Earth Realm to get them.
right,
So,
right.
and
Ain't
you
that
just said
crazy?
it's based off a Japanese deity. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
nowhere in there is,
That man is
with
white.
with a white.
Yes, with a white.
But
Oh
yeah,
my god! But
I did not notice that. And the whole whitewash thing, I didn't pay that. I was
mm-hmm.
just a shocked, stunned kid at the time.
Right.
I'm gonna look at it all with different perspective now with watching it again. I'm sure gonna watch it. My wife hasn't seen it. She gonna watch it.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, she
Gonna
has
see
to
it
watch
today.
it.
Yeah.
But and then
Oh,
also, I did not know that Jean Claude Van Damme he actually was offered the part of Johnny Cage, but he turned it down because he was doing Street Fighter.
oh, I knew he was. They said he turned. I knew he turned down a part, but I never investigated it more. But Johnny Cage, he would have. Uh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't.
But
I don't know.
I like I like Lyndon Ashby as Johnny
Yeah,
Cage.
he fit it. Like if he was young still now, I would love him to be Johnny Cage now. But Carl Urban, he gonna kill it. But he
Yeah,
looks like the character. Carl Urban, he don't really look
exactly.
like the character,
No, he don't.
but he fits his mannerism and acting and just who he
Mm-hmm.
is fits it. But like you said, he definitely fit it. Cause I was like, oh, they took him straight out the video game on that one.
Right. I thought that was like really cool. And then I love the fact that like you said, he looked like the character. And then I think the way he like his mannerisms and everything, it was just like he screamed Johnny Cage to me.
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
it's like so I'm
definitely.
kind of happy that it wasn't Jean Claude Van Damme because I think he would have took me out of it.
And he's big. Like he's too big. Like
Yeah, he was
he's
definitely
not
too
like the
big.
Rock big, but
Right.
he's bigger than Johnny Cage was. So he
Right.
as Guile on Street Fighter, perfect. He
Mm-hmm.
killed that because
Right.
he fit that. So I'm glad he did that one.
Because it would have been weird listening to that Belgian accent trying to be Johnny Cage. Like, dog, no,
Yeah, and he would have
just
towered over Liu Kang and everybody else. Like he would have looked coming there like, look, I'm whooping everybody. One fight, we done. Like just send me straight to Stang song. I'm good. Let's get it. Cause yeah, he was
yeah, because
big.
and it fit perfectly because, like I said, his comedic timing, it was really good, and just some of the stuff he would say, like the Sonya and stuff, it was just
Yeah,
it worked, and I don't think with John Claude Van Damme it would
it
have
would have
hit.
came off as awkward because he don't have any
Yeah,
comedic timing. He don't have
no, it would have been all bad. He would have brought that whole movie down. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
exactly.
That
But
man would have brought that down.
they picked the right Street Fighter character with with Van Damme and Ash and this one. So I'm glad they didn't mix that up. But yeah, that
Damn.
I had no idea it was supposed to be Johnny Cage. I thought it was somebody else. But yeah, that works.
Right? It's like crazy when you start deep diving into stuff, and it's like, what can we get into?
Exactly. You start picturing it, and then you start replaying the whole movie in your mind based off it.
Right, and right, like no, it's like no, this ain't gonna work. So even though we didn't have to do it, I ended up watching the 2021 version, and I was like, you know, I was just like,
Yeah.
let me see what the difference would be. Yeah, it's a big difference.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's a hell of
It's night and day because the first one stuck to the game. This one took liberties and made up stuff and just was like,
right,
what we doing? Like, call this something else. Call this movie another movie. Don't call it
right,
Mortal Kombat. Just call it
right.
We Fighting or something like there will be something like that. There will
That's
be
it. It's
shit. Like, but
we
don't do Mortal Kombat like that. Like, yeah, hey, what we gonna see? Hey, we fighting.
we fight.
Like, but yeah, they
It's
did
like
more like gold chest. Call it gold chest because that's what code
yes.
is. Like, I don't know what to talk
Oh,
about. I
that
hate this
character was
character.
just stupid. Oh,
The,
like
the
there's so
main
much.
character was like, what are y'all doing? You
It's
got
talking about so stupid. Who do we
there
have?
was
We have who?
say
Who do
what?
we have? Who do we have in that one
What
in the 2021 version? Because it's
oh,
like if we had
it
Coke,
was it was Cole, it was Jax, there was
right,
Sonya, Raiden, Liu
right,
Kang,
right.
my guy with the hat, Kenshi,
King
and
Lao,
then yeah,
Kong
Ken,
Lao,
I'm thinking
Kong
yeah,
Lao.
Kenshi had the katana. Yeah, Kung Lao, and then we had Kane, no, Kane, the one
Yeah,
with the eye,
Kano. Yeah,
Kano, yeah,
Kano. We had
and
We had Natara.
yep.
Melina.
Melina,
We had who
I
else?
think one of the robots was in it.
Yeah, it was. Was it? What's that man's
Oh,
name?
you said Cabal. It was Cabal.
Yeah,
You're right.
Cabal. Okay, all right. I was like, it was Cabal, right?
But just that core
Right.
right there, you had enough to make a great story.
Thank you.
Like you didn't have to make Cole the center of it. They could have
Right, right.
all been some kind of
Yeah,
story of
because
it. Like you
who
didn't
the
even
heck?
need to put Cole in it because you just made up Cole. Like and why is the name
Who?
Cole?
Cole
Like
Young. Cole Young.
like
MMA fighter named Cole Young. Who the hell is Cole?
exactly
We don't know Cole. Who's Cole?
exactly just
It's like
ridiculous.
it's like you start the movie off with Scorpion and Sub Zero, and then we go right into Cole. Who is Cole? Like we could have just stayed with like Sonya and like Jax because like they were hunting, like Sub Zero. Like they could have been like, okay, like what's he doing here? Like just trying to, like we didn't have to be stuck on Cole and then coming to find out, oh, he's a descendant of Scorpion. Like,
Yeah, like
okay,
just give us a
like
better Scorpion. Well,
okay,
the Scorpion wasn't
right.
bad. I love that Scorpion. I
I
mean, like,
he was
just that don't make any sense. The whole movie just didn't make sense to me. It's just terrible.
we're just upset. We're irate
Yeah,
with
yeah,
this movie.
we hurt y'all. This is our childhood, and they ruined it by giving us Annihilation and then the 2021 version. So they need to redeem themselves.
Yes. I just think it's way too because on top of that, because I think with the first movie, you just had to be invited to the tournament. And in this one, you had to have a mark, the
Yeah,
dragon mark. And I'm like,
which,
okay, so
which has never been in any of the games. Like, what the hell? What are we doing?
it was like, what are
You
we
gotta
doing here?
know. You gotta know the secret whistle. Like, how the
Like
hell am I supposed? Like, just what?
it's like, how am I supposed to know? It's like, oh, this is a birthmark. Like his daughter said, like Cole's daughter's like, oh yeah, he's had it all his life. I'm like, so you're telling me this man has a birthmark as the shape of a dragon on his arm? That's what you're trying to tell me?
And
That's the birthmark.
just a random homeless person strung out on drugs maybe could have the birthmark. Oh, you got the birthmark. Let's go. He get killed in the most pivotal fight, and Earth is just dead. Like it's just ruined because some random drug addict who thought the birthmark was just I fell when I was a kid, and he fighting for the world, and we all dead. That makes no
Yeah,
sense.
it was just dumb. I was upset with the 2021 version. And then on top of that, it's like you have the CGI. Like we know how CGI works, and we know that y'all could have made this and made it good, but y'all still didn't. It still looked like trash. I was like, Goro looked better in the
But
original,
thank
than he
you.
did in the 2021 version. Like,
'Cause
it's
so hard. They tried so hard, but they
they
failed. And you didn't like the original. They didn't try to. They tried hard, and they didn't have the stuff that we have now. And they produced
right,
a great movie. In this one,
right.
they tried hard. They have better things, leaps and bounds from the first one, and they failed miserably. So it's like, come on, just and
Like,
what kills me with these kind of movies is that people actually sit in the theaters and see the movie,
mhm,
but still let it go out. Like you saw this
mhm.
crap. Y'all could have said, okay, we're gonna push it back, we're gonna rewrite it. Like it didn't have to come out when it did. You could have gave us a better product.
Because it came out like short, like, because with COVID, it came out that year after. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, y'all, like y'all could have put it on the back burner, then y'all could have came back to it or something. I'm like, the 95 version, it was straight to the point. It told us what this movie was about. We knew what this movie was going to be about. There was nothing serious. There was no in depth. We didn't have to dig deep. Like, we already knew this movie was going to be surface level. Like, we fight. That's it. We fighting to the death. That's what it was. That's what this game came. That's what that whole entire game was. We fighting into the death. That's it. So when you come in with the one like almost what, like 20 years later, well, over 20 years, sorry, because it's already 30
Yeah.
years. So
Yeah.
then you
Right.
got
Right.
something like over 20 years later, you trying to give us something. It's like, just do this. Just give us the same movie. Just make it better. That's all we ask.
And don't
Just
don't
just make it
introduce us to
better.
no new characters. Don't
We didn't
introduce. We
need no
don't need to
new
be
character. I was
like
confused.
we don't need a backstory. We don't need introductions. We don't need to connect with a character. Just give us the same characters we grew up with, and we're gonna sit there and eat popcorn and enjoy a
And
bloody
enjoy
movie.
it. Like,
Exactly.
we're
But
gonna
they
enjoy a
decided
good time.
you
Like,
like
all
you
they
got the what I said was you have the blueprint. You literally have it's like having the winning lottery numbers, but instead
right.
of but you change the last number and you end up losing. That's exactly what they did. Like you have a winning product, but you decide to switch up the lottery numbers and you just
Right.
lost completely. Like
It's just like, yeah, it's like, okay, so like, did we win? Like, no. Like,
like
you just get all excited. You get to that last number. It's like, oh,
like we lost like a mother. We didn't just lose,
like, it's like we lost it all. Like,
mother.
there's no coming back to that. So hopefully, with part two, I hope they get to redeem themselves, because, like, man, like, and what was so crazy? It's like, okay, so the 95 version, okay, it's like we don't care. It's like, it's good. We know it's good from to an extent. We know it's good.
Yeah,
Then it's like you have the second one that comes out. We already know, like you said, if it came out today, it will be a to be original already. We already know trash. Then it's like, all right, we're gonna come back out. We're gonna make something better. You give us a trailer to make us think that this movie is gonna be great, and then you throw in the little hints of like the Mortal Kombat theme in there to make it
yeah,
all nostalgic, and then it's like, oh my god! And then when we finally get that final product, and then we sitting there like, what was that? Like, you just sitting there like, give me my time back. Like, give me the time that I wasted, because I'm like, why'd you have me sit there through this bull? Like, that's how I felt. So
yeah.
hopefully that this next guy, whoever wrote this one, because it's a different writer for the second one. I hope
Thank
he
God.
I hope he gives us a banger. I really do. I really hope that this man provides us with a banger, because I don't know if I can sit through another trashy Mortal Kombat movie. Even though I know I know we're not supposed to take it serious, but look, I'm gonna take this one thing a little serious.
Yeah, and this one is going to be written by Simon McQuaid, an Australian film director and producer. I don't know too much about him.
No,
No, no, no,
sir.
that's the last one. I'm sorry. That's the last. That's the
Yeah,
crappy
I was
one.
like, that's yeah. I was like, Jeremy Slater is gonna be the writer.
Because I typed up Mortal Kombat 2, because isn't this going to be 2? And it got me him. So I was a little worried when I
Yeah,
said,
that's the director. That's the director. Oh,
oh,
this
I'm tripping.
guy. Oh, this guy might be good. His name is Jeremy Slater. He actually was the head writer for Moon Knight, and I actually liked Moon Knight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's,
And he worked on, okay, see now he co-wrote the 2015 Fantastic Four. Sorry, that was trash,
oh,
but
that's,
let's hope he brings it back, because that was like 10 years ago. We ain't even gonna look at it. So yeah, Moon Knight.
So
I'm just gonna focus on Moon Knight because I liked Moon Knight.
it's kind of an up and down with the
Yeah.
writers and directors because like you said, Jeremy Slater, he did the 2015, like you said, but then Simon McQuaid, who directed the original
Yeah.
not the original, but the Mortal Kombat in 21, he's also
Yeah.
directing this one. So I hope he
Hmm.
don't bring the foolishness from that one over here, and I hope Jeremy Slater don't bring the 2015 foolishness over here. So
Right.
but it don't look
Because
like it. It looked like from the trailer, but trailers can make
make
trash look like
anything,
Oscar.
yeah, exactly. They can make
So
anything look great. Like I said, like the 2021 version, they made that trailer look.
true, yeah, yeah,
They made
true.
that
You're
movie
right.
look like it was gonna be amazing,
Because
and it was
I
trash.
ran to the theater to see that. But I was
I
knocking
was
old ladies over.
already.
I was knocking over old ladies and kids. I was getting in there front row. Let me see this. Like
Yeah, I
I
was
hurt
like
my
front and
damn neck
center.
looking up at this screen for nothing.
I was like, literally, like I was at home. I had like my drink, my snack. I was like, I was ready, and then I literally was just sitting there, disappointed, pissed off. Like y'all could have kept it. Like y'all could have shoved it, came back to it later. Like I don't know, but
Yeah,
yeah,
because
that
like you
was.
said, they had the COVID year, so they could have been like, okay, the movie
Mm-hmm.
we're not putting it out because of COVID. We're gonna wait and give you
Right.
a better product. But they was like, okay, COVID
Right.
over, let's give it to them. Like, no,
Right.
give me like this
Yeah.
is one of
It's
the few movies that I felt like getting my money back at, and
right.
I never do that because people put their time and effort into the movie, but they
Mm-hmm.
wasted my time and my effort getting there.
Bro,
Like,
like
oh,
y'all just this is just trash. Like just that's why I'm just praying and like hoping that with this time that they are taking with the second film, I hope that they stick it out. Like I really
yeah,
want them to I want them to stick it. Like I want it to for them to I want it like how they just throw shit at the wall and it sticks. I want this to
yeah,
stick because that last one did not stick. But
not.
it was like I could go on and on and on about it, but
Oh my
yeah,
God, yeah,
but I did love the fact that they actually stayed true to the game in the 2021 version because of the fact that they didn't do any whitewashing. They actually had everybody of that descent of whatever their character was. They were playing that character, which I
yeah.
loved because I'm like, stop the whitewashing. I'm like, you got like you said, you have the blueprint in your face. It breaks it down and tells you who these characters are basically based on. So it's
It
like,
gives you a
okay,
biography for each character. Like it tells you
like,
everything.
oh,
Everything. Only thing you don't get is a blood type. But
right,
you can make that up. But everything it gives you where they from, their background, their family stuff, just they trouble, they traumas they going through, what side they on, how did they get to this side?
right,
And from just all that, you can piece together the little stuff and the mindset that they might be in. But they just said, you know what? Let's burn this and just let's start building Rome from scratch. Like, damn.
it's like we'll just make our own Mortal Kombat, something different. Then if it ain't gonna be Mortal Kombat,
Yeah, exactly. Call it combat mortal or something. But don't do Mortal Kombat like that ever
combat we
again.
fighting.
Exactly. Square up. Shit. Oh my God. Dang.
I almost choked on my coffee. Oh
All
my
right.
god, yeah, that's nuts.
That was nuts. So, is there anything else you want to throw at this portion of the show? Your expectations or anything like that anymore? Or you want to continue to talk about how bad the movie is? Like anything else, any other details left out?
Let's see. I don't think they're really. Wait, hang on. Is there
Like,
anything?
hold on.
Oh I like from the it was because I hate that because I always have my TV on just to I don't know it's like it's background but I don't hear anything. But Mortal Kombat was on while we were talking and it was just that one particular scene at the end when when Liu and Shang Tsung fight and Liu wins and he gets to see his brother and it's like the
Oh,
light and it's like the souls are going up. I'm like, dog, that like whole scene took me out just looking at them bodies floating around just they just like this
oh
with their
yeah.
arms up and they're just like floating. I'm like, this no man, that
And it's so many of them. It's not like five or six. It's like 75 to 100 of them things just floating
it's,
around. Just
it's
like
like
so,
they just
you've been
floating.
sucking souls for a while.
It's like, sir, it's like how long have you been alive? Because that's like a
Yeah,
lot of
right.
bodies just just floating up into the afterlife. Like we're
Like
trying to go home.
you ain't 600 pounds, so how did you like what was going on
It's
in
like
there?
how it's like where were you holding these bodies? Like were they
And
just like what's going on, sir? Like oh yeah, and then I totally forgot about the end, like the all the way ending part when I I love that part. I don't know why, but I just love the ending of it. When who was it that showed up at the end of that movie? Was that show? Was that
Shao Kahn,
Showtime?
the temple,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, I thought that was him. So I thought that part was like really cool when he was just like Raiden was like I don't think so, and they got into their
Yeah.
fighting stance. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great, and then we got that
Yeah,
second movie, and
that's what drew me to part two. Like I was fooling with part two so heavy after that because I was like, oh, they gonna kill it, and then just killed me. And another part of part one I liked was when Liu Kang finished off Shang Tsung with the powerful blast out his hand and then knocked him down into
yes,
those spikes. I was like, okay, that's game right there.
yeah.
That's the game right there. So that
I
was a
was
good
like,
scene.
finally, and then another part that I love too is like with Johnny Cage and his kick, like the
Oh, the
kicks
shadow kick,
when
huh?
yeah, the shadow kick. I love that when he does it because I was like, finally, it's like we're getting like some stuff, in the
From the
game and
game, yeah.
everything, and then like. And what kind of sucked though too is like with Kano, it's like we didn't get to see him use his eye.
The blast, yeah.
He just had the metal plate. That was it. Like, and then that's why I loved about the 2021 version because we actually get to see him use his eye, and
Yeah.
that was like the only thing I didn't like about the first one. It was just like it. Well, there's a little bit of things, but that was one of them. It was just like okay, if he's gonna be playing Kano, then show that he actually has a power. Don't just show that
And
don't just show like oh my face got messed up by a a plus whatever for whatever reason, but it's
yeah.
like okay, but he's not using it,
And he's fighting to the death, so it just makes sense that he would use it.
and he don't use it not one time, and especially like when he was fighting Sonya, it's like okay, we
Sonya,
already
yeah.
know this man is gonna whoop her ass because it's a woman. But she handled her own, but still, I would have loved the fact that if he
She
would have at
broke his
least
neck.
used it, she just grabbed that man. She just grabbed that man by her calves and just said,
Yeah.
"All right,
That fight scene was kind of some lazy writing because it could have
right."
been, but I think they were
It
just
could have
trying
been
to
a lot
speed the
better.
story along. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then on top of that, they of course they are trying to tone down that violence, but still, it's
Yeah.
like give us something. And then on top of that, I know it's like woman, man, whatever. They're like, oh, it's a man. He shouldn't be like, look, dog. Like if a woman can hit a man and she gonna do it, I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah, they didn't want to have him
bip.
strap her up too much.
No, they didn't want to see her get like they didn't want to be like, okay, let's just see her get roughed up a little bit, but not too much.
Because
So, but
Kano in the game and with his backstory, he's still not a punk. I mean, he
no,
yeah.
that's why it threw me off. Like y'all just really made him seem as weak, and I didn't like that. That's what I didn't like about it in the first one. He was just there. He just
Yeah.
didn't serve any kind of purpose at all. And I like the Kano in the 2021 version because he does has like his comedic moments and stuff too, and like he could be a bit of a dick. He's someone that you hate to love.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't get that with the original Kano. I was just like, all right, good riddance.
Yeah, because this man was the leader of the Black Dragon clan, and
Right.
you move up to be the leader of a clan like that, a secret society. You got some toughness to you, and you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
blast somebody in the face if they trying to mess with you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's crazy.
I think they probably must have ran out of time for Kano. They were
Yeah,
just like,
exactly.
oh, no, we'll just use him for a little bit, and then we're gonna kill him, and then that's it.
Because there was a lot going on in the movie, and a lot of
It
characters they
was,
had.
yeah, it
Because
was like a lot.
Reptile was in there,
Yeah, it was weird because it was like Reptile was he was
a
protecting
statue.
Katana. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
protecting Katana because he was a reptile first, and then he turned into a man,
yeah,
and then he like landed. Yeah, that's how it was. Because the reptile gets it was like what it was like one of them statue things, whatever, and he gets thrown into
where
it,
he died. Yeah, and bust into all
and it
the
became yeah
bugs,
yeah. I'm
which
like
makes no
okay
sense.
if you're a reptile,
How you
then why
busting
you
like? Is this Men in
yeah
Black or is it like
right.
that?
It should have been
But
like some iguanas, like snakes, something, but you gonna make it bugs, but his name is Reptile.
exactly.
That's stupid. This is dumb. That's some of the dumb stuff right there.
Yeah, that
It's just like,
you overlook it, but now that
right.
you think Now that you think
It's
about it, it's like, yeah, that makes no sense.
yeah, and it's like, and he looks like a reptile when he comes out of it. I'm like, make that it. None of it made sense.
Yeah,
It was like a
yeah,
bunch of
it did.
roaches, and I'm like, but his name's Reptile though.
Reptile, exactly. They just like, all right, let's just throw this in and hope nobody says nothing. We gave them
Right.
reptile. They can be happy.
They're just like, we'll just go with this and see if they figure it out. Yeah, it took us a minute, but we figured it out.
Crazy.
Alrighty. Was there anything else, dude? Was there anything else that we didn't go over, or anything you wanted to add?
Nope, nothing else to add to that. Like I said, it had some moments that made sense and have some moments that didn't, but in the end, it was just a good movie still.
Yes, I think so too as well. So after tearing it apart, how do you feel about the movie 30 years later?
Like I said, I feel like it still holds up. Like I just said, it has parts that don't make sense, but it's
Hmm.
the story is movable. The story moves along enough so that you overlook this stuff. And
Right.
they didn't try to reinvent the wheel. They gave you what they knew. They gave you what they knew everybody knew from the game, and they
Right.
stuck to the game. So I think after all this time, it still holds up. It's still a great watch. Like I said, I watched it 2 weeks ago and I was still locked in, even though I know that today we have all this CGI and all these
Hmm.
different ways to make movies better. Sitting down and watching this movie still was nostalgia based and it was still a good time. So yeah, I
Right.
definitely feel like it holds up 30 years later. I feel like it's gonna hold up 60 years from now. It's just gonna be one of them movies that you can pop on and just sit back and watch.
I totally agree. I definitely have to agree because especially after me watching it 30 years later fully, from the beginning to the end, just hearing just the nostalgic Mortal Kombat and the techno theme, it just, it just transported me back. It just gave me that good feeling again of like rewatching a film, and it felt like I was watching it for the first time. And like you said, there are a few times where they're a little cheesy, it's a little corny. Some scenes didn't make sense at all, but they made it work in a sense that we could understand it. But I will have to say, still, it still holds up so much better than the 2021 version. I will always like cherish that film. Like it will always be like one of the best best video game adaptations. So I'm just hoping and praying that with the second film, it is kind of like the original, but better.
Exactly, because we got so much new technology now. So I'm expecting
Right.
it to have just over the. I'm expecting it to be a groundbreaking revival of this franchise. That's what I'm
Mm,
expecting from it, and hopefully I'm not putting too much on it because I don't want to be disappointed. But just from the trailer and the
mm-hmm.
action and the characters and just how they look like they are in the game, I'm expecting this to be a whole reshake up, a whole revival of this franchise. And I think going from here forward, they're gonna have it's just gonna be one of the best ones.
Right. I'm excited. I'm like, I really hope. I just hope that this new one, because it's literally. It would have been nice if it would have came out this year because it's like after the
Yeah,
30th anniversary. But look, I'll still take it. So, but I
exactly.
will still. I think if I could still give it a rating for the original Mortal Kombat, I will still give it a 3.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like I said, it's not a masterpiece, but
Right.
it's not a terrible movie. It's
Right.
worth a watch and it's an enjoyable watch. It's just you gotta
Yeah.
watch it. You gotta watch it for what it is. You can't
Right.
go in. You got to know it was made in the 90s. There's going to be some 90s cheese to it. It's going to
Right.
not make sense in some parts because you're dealing with not magical, but
Mm-hmm.
superpowered people,
Mm-hmm.
Goro type of animal beings or whatever. So
Right.
you got to go in with that mindset, and if you go in with that mindset, you will definitely enjoy it. So yeah, it's definitely holds up. So all right. Now that we're
Mm.
at the end of the show, as we give a little love for another film series or a game that we've been appreciating right now, this time around, as it's all about Mortal Kombat, let's show our love to our favorite character or game of the series. So, who or what game do you want to show love to?
So for me, because I just gotten back into like playing video games maybe like 3 years ago when I finally bought myself a PlayStation 5, I was like, look, let me get back into my gaming. I miss playing games, so
Yeah.
So it just sounds crazy to me because I'm like, I grew up playing video games, so I'm like back at it. But anyway, when I finally got MK1, it was like I think it had just came out, and so I was in heaven. This is like my first time playing Mortal Kombat in I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
So to get MK1, I would have to say it's by far my favorite. I was just a little disappointed because I think I finished like the storyline within one day.
Oh,
Like I knocked that out quick. As soon as I
yeah.
started, I was just like, I'm just gonna keep playing. And because I was like, I realized like all my trophies are from oh, actually no, 2 years ago. I actually did this 2 years ago. Sorry. So I realized all my trophies are like on the same day
Oh,
from two
dang.
years ago. So that's why I was like, dang, I'm like, I was playing the hell out of this game. I mean, I still do because I was playing it yesterday. But I was like hooked on that game because they have like different like parts of it. Like you have like the towers, like you still have the towers, you have
Yeah.
tournaments, but then you have like evasions where it's like the season of Scorpion or season of Sub Zero, where you have to like go through like all these like little, I guess you could call them like little islands, and you got to go through like all of it to get through to like to win like like coins and like like the art and like the like different clothing and all that stuff, just to win like
Yeah.
stuff. But before it was like I think they realized like their game was still kind of like eh, like it was kind of boring because it was like the same stuff just kept happening like all the time. So I
Yeah.
love the fact that like the team of that game, they were like, okay, like they were hearing everybody what they were saying. They went back and like upgraded it. Like they were fixing it. Like they're still like like changing everything still because they added a second storyline to the game, which I was like, thank
Oh,
you. It was like
yeah.
Chaos Reign. So I was like, finally, I'm like, there's another storyline. I went through that like real quick. I was so mad. I was like, I need that fast. I
Like
was
I
like,
need another.
I'm like, I need another storyline. They need to come out with another storyline so I can play. But I just think it's cool because now they have like different characters. Like they got Homelander, they got the T-1000,
Yeah.
um, they got what's his name from Invincible? His dad. What was his what's
Omni Man.
Omni
No,
Man?
no. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Omni Man. They got Omni Man on there. They got Ghostface on there. I'm like
Oh, dang.
Conan. Yeah, they got Conan on there. The Barbarian. I'm like it's like the game was like a lot of fun. Like it's so much fun now. So and then like the brutalities and the fatalities, it's like they're like nuts. Just like they're more brutal, more just violent, more bloody
Yeah.
compared to like when the games got better. I just think with these like with MK1, it's just like to me, like I said, it's like the best Mortal Kombat game that you could ever get because the visuals are great. I love the visuals. Everything just yeah, I love it.
All right. I have not played Mortal Kombat 1 yet. And I
Oh
hate to
my
say that
god.
because I did want to get it and I just work and life, I just forgot. But
Please get it.
I definitely want to get it because I this is the only Mortal Kombat that's come out that I have not gotten. But my favorite character is of course Sub Zero, just because he's just like a cheat code. He can throw ice and freeze you from across the screen, and then just slow scroll and bust you in the face. So that is hands down my favorite character. And my favorite game was Mortal Kombat 11 because that one is it was made even better because they did an aftermath expansion that saw the
Mhm.
return of the actor Kerry Hiroki Todd, and I probably
Mhm.
butchered that. I'm sorry. It brought him back and changed song, and he was ripped straight from the original. And then they had the post launch one that allowed you to have like Rambo, RoboCop, and I
Right.
can't and so many off Mortal Kombat characters, and to see them fight against Scorpion and everything like that, that's just crazy. Like you said, Ghostface, Conan the Barbarian, and stuff like that. When they
Right.
start doing that, I think that just broadened the scope of this game even more, and it brought in people like, oh, Ghostface is in the game, or oh, I'm a fan of Invincible, I can fight with Omni Man, or
Yeah.
so once they did that, I don't know if Mortal Kombat 11 was the first time they did that. I'm sure it wasn't, but that's when I caught on to it. Like, oh, they really going above and beyond because like Rambo and RoboCop, and I'm a
Mhm.
huge fan of
Mhm.
RoboCop. So when that happened, I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. But yeah, those are my so Scorpion, not Scorpion, Sub Zero and Mortal Kombat 11 would be my shout outs for this segment.
Also, I wanted to add too because you had, because I was gonna have a character too, because just to add on with when Mortal Kombat 1, my character that I like to play on there is like I love playing Scorpion. Like he's my go-to guy on that game. Like he's the
Yeah.
one that I know like all his moves like the best. Like this time I'm not just smashing buttons.
Push that button.
It's like I actually know actual game. Like I actually know the moves. Like I'm just not just smashing buttons and just. So I love playing him, and like he's like the whole get over here and like
Yeah.
setting people on fire. It's like a lot of it's a lot of fun. And then of course what I love about that game too is because you play your character and then you have the cameo, which is the like I guess you could say like your teammate that's
Yeah.
like behind you to help you out. And I always get, what is her name? Frost, I think. I think her name was Frost
Oh,
from
the female Sub-Zero.
yeah, her,
Yeah.
because I have those two together because I'm like fire and ice. I'm like, can't go wrong. So I love using those two together. So it's just the same thing like with Scorpion, he's an old schooler. They kind of like built him up a little bit better. They gave him a better character development in the new game MK1. I
Yeah.
mean, they gave him that kind of background, but they really didn't like explain it in the game, and that's why I love the storylines because you do get to go in depth with these characters. You get to know like their stories and their history, and I think that's pretty cool. That like, of course, you have the blueprint. Use the damn blueprint,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
that's what the game did. The game uses the actual blueprint, and that's what I love about it. And that's why I'm just like hoping and wishing that they do have like another storyline because they need one. Because I like it's too much lore for them to just have just two storylines and that's it. So it's like I
Yeah.
hope within the following year they like surprise us with like another storyline.
Yeah, they definitely usually like you said, if they don't come out with another game, they
Mm-hmm.
just keep updating. And I know they do it all the time as far as like character
Right.
changes, like new outfits, or
Yep.
they might throw in a different off, a different off character, like, oh,
Right.
now you can fight as Jason, or oh, now you can fight as Superman, stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. So definitely keep looking out for that because they do updates all the time for that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And I
So
love that.
I'm gonna have to
It's like,
catch it because it's been out for a while now.
yeah.
So yeah, I should actually go get it. I've been on Madden Call of Duty too much. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to it.
Yeah, because it came out 2 years ago. Yeah, literally coming up. Yeah, today, 2 years ago today, it came out.
Oh dang.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
I got a GameStop around the corner, so I'm gonna have to hit that up.
Yes, you have to. It's a lot of fun. I actually have fun with it. It's especially like the first storyline and then that second one. I think the second one was just a little bit shorter than the first
Yeah.
one. So I just wish they would have like, like made it a little bit longer.
Probably because they
So
didn't put too much. They didn't put as I'm sure. Well, they didn't put too much as much time into the second one because they were just trying
right.
to give the people what they want. Like we hear y'all, but let's hurry up and give them to them so they can stop complaining.
Exactly. So I do love that they gave us like the old school characters, and then they gave us like Homelander, Omni Man. Oh yeah, and I forgot they had Peacemaker.
Oh,
They got Quan Chi, Takata, and then the the other storyline, which was Chaos Reign, because the Combat Pack One, that's the one that I just said, which was Ermac, Homelander, Omni Man, Peacemaker, and then with the Chaos Reigns, because that was the last storyline that they gave us.
uh,
That's Conan. That's Conan the Barbarian, Sir Cyrax, Ghostface, Noob Sabat, and Sector, and then the T-1000.
oh yeah, the Terminator.
Yeah, so and then of course they got like like I said they got the cameo fighters too, which is you have like Serax, Darius, Frost, Goro, Jax, Kano, Kunglam, Matoro. Haven't seen Matoro in a minute.
Yeah, and
So,
forever.
Serena, Scorpion, Sector, Shawajinko, Sonya Blade, Striker, Sub Zero, and then like the combat pack. You have Farah, Janet Cage, Chameleon, Mabato, Tremor, and then they have the nerve to have Madame Bo.
Madam Bo.
Yeah, she's what is she? She operates a tea house in the game, and she appears on the game as a non-playable cameo fighter, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah,
So she's like a part of the game too, and then they make her like a non-player like cameo. But yeah, the
that's
game, I think you would definitely love it. I just think you might be like mad because you You probably like get through it too fast, but it's still worth
Yeah.
it. It's still
Uh,
worth it though.
I'm gonna have to take it slow then.
Yes. Don't do like me and sit there the whole day and just
Do it in one day.
exactly because that's exactly what I did. All right. Was there anything else that you wanted to add, brother? Any comments?
No, just if you have not seen the original Mortal Kombat, please run and go see it. Pick up your old Mortal Kombat game and put it back in and play it because I know it's so many games out now that people just forget about the old school games. So go ahead and throw that back in your console and play it a little bit. Rip a couple of heads off, freeze a couple of people. Just have fun with it.
Yes, because it's still a lot of fun, especially if you've been stressing at work and you just want to fight somebody real quick.
Exactly. Imagine that knife going through your boss on the game, on the game. Imagine you get over here to the HR person that's annoying you on the game, on the game. So you guys definitely go do that.
Like literally, real quick, I was playing it yesterday, and it was like this one particular move that I was like trying to do. Like literally, was just trying to do my brutality. Like whenever they be like finish him, I was like, okay, Scorpion. I'm like, you only got one shot, bro. I was like, I kept hitting the brutality, and I kept hitting it, and I would never get it right. It would piss me off. And I was like, why am I not hitting this brutality? I'm like, I know I can hit it because I've done it too many times. But then when I finally hit the brutality, it wasn't even with Scorpion. It was with Sub-Zero. I was just like,
and that's another forgotten part of the game. When it says finish him, and you know the moves and the combination in your head, and you hit it, and then right before you hit the final button, they fall backwards because they only give you so much time. And then you go through that 30, 40 times. And then when you finally hit it, you're like, oh my God, thank you. And
that's exactly the feeling I had.
I don't know what game they did it, but it was the one touch fatality where you just hit a button, you just had to stand in the right spot, and you hit a button and it just did it on its own. Oh, when they did that, boy, I was in heaven because I was tired of racking and getting all these blisters trying to do like
right. And it pissed me off because it's like every time I would hit because it was, I think it's, what is it? It's down. Yeah, it's down. And then it's the triangle. And every time I would hit it, he would just punch him. And I was just like, bro, that is not what I'm trying to get you to do. You're not just hitting him. You're not kicking him. You're trying to take his head off his shoulders. So when I hit it, and then when I did it, when Sub-Zero, it did it right. And it's like the head came out. I was just like, yes! But I was like, wrong character, but yes!
Finally.
I was so happy. I was like, okay, I'm done now. I kept playing it until I got my brutality. When I did, I was like, all right, I'm done. All right, so all right, I'm done. Was there anything else that you wanted to add, brother?
No, I'm finished because I can talk about this all day. And
right, all right, y'all, and that's another episode of Popcorn and Perspective. We're glad that you took the time out of your day to chill with us. And if you got any questions, topic ideas, or want to be a guest on the show, don't be shy. You can email us at chantel.ashford@hotmail.com, the Hazeled Eye Movie Guy at at yahoo.com. And you can also reach out to us on our Twitter page as well at Popcorn and the letter N Perspective.
And for the next episode, we're going to be doing a reimagining of a script where we take a movie and we twist up the script of it to make it even better. So think of a very bad movie and then think of how you would like to make it better. That's what we're going to be doing on the next episode. So definitely come back and watch and listen for that one.
And as always, we say here at Popcorn and Perspective,
watch the movies,
love the movies,
and always keep them with you.
Catch y'all next time.
See y'all.